Hello friends, today in this video for this lecture on automobile batteries, unit number 5, electrical systems and vehicle maintenance, we are going to discuss the following contents. So first we will see the types of plates, active material, separator, battery terminals, working of lead acid battery, charging and discharging of lead acid battery, and advantages and disadvantages of lead acid battery. Now we will start with the types of plate and active material. So there are two types of plates. The first is the formed plates and pasted plates. The formed plates are generally used in stationary applications as they are heavy and they are costly but are more durable and undergo less losses in active material. So formed plates are generally used in stationary applications because they are very heavy. They cost more, but they are really more durable and reliable. Pasted plates are less in weight and are generally used for manufacturing of negative plates, as they have strong active material due to loss change from charging or discharging. So again, these are pasted plates are less in weight and generally used to manufacture negative plates. Now active material, the next point is active material. The material in a cell which makes active participation in chemical reaction due to charging or discharging is called as the active material of the cell. Again I repeat, material of the cell which takes place in active participation in a chemical reaction during charging or discharging is called as the active material of the cell. The active materials of lead acid battery are, the first one is the lead peroxide, that is PbO2. It forms the positive active material, that is the PbO2 has a dark brown color and it takes place or it takes part in the chemical reaction. Sponge lead, it forms the negative active material and its color is grey. Next, dilute sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. It is used as an electrolyte. It contains 31% of sulfuric acid. So this was about the active material which actually takes part in the chemical reaction. Next point we will discuss is the separators. Now separators, the separators are thin sheets of non-conducting material made up of chemically treated lead wood, porous rubbers or mats of glass fiber and are placed between the positive and negative to insulate them from each other, and separators are grooved vertically on one side and are smooth on the other side. So you can see in this diagram, this is a separator generally made up of which material? Lead wood, porous rubber or glass fiber. So in order to separate the positive and negative plate. So positive plate is the lead dioxide and the negative plate is this, and the electrolyte between two is the sulfuric acid, and separator acts as a insulating material. Okay. Next point is the battery terminal. A battery has two terminals, the positive and the negative. The positive terminal with a diameter of 17.5 mm at the top is slightly larger than the negative terminal at 16 mm in diameter. So you can see in this diagram, these are the battery terminals. So here in this diagram, you can clearly observe the important or the parts of a lead acid battery. So lead oxide, again lead, sulfuric acid. Here you have in this, so grid plate is here, again you have the microporous separator. So we have already discussed the separator. Positive plate, so this is the positive plate, the positive cell connection, electrolyte tight sealing ring, again positive plate, negative poles, negative plate, the casing is there, the terminal is there. You can see the terminals, these two terminals are there, and the valve. So these are the different components in a lead acid battery. So how the charging and discharging takes place? So you can see this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. Charging of a lead acid battery. So this is the anode, positive, cathode, negative. So here on the negative terminal, the Pb, that is the lead, and the electrolyte, that is the sulfuric acid, they react with each other and they form a chemical reaction wherein the battery is charged. So similarly, if this positive and negative terminal is attached along a load or a resistance, this circuit gets completed and this lead gets converted into PbO2, that is the lead peroxide. So this is the process of discharging of a lead acid battery. Now where from this O2 comes? From the H2SO4 part, that is the electrolyte, and this is how the battery discharges. The details are shown in this diagram. So you can see the same thing is shown here. See, this is the discharging of the lead acid battery. This is the charging of the lead acid battery. Here you can see the cathode PbO2, anode Pb, and electrolyte H2SO4. So in this diagram you can clearly see the discharging, how this H2SO4 and lead reacts for discharging, and in the charging phase it reverses. Okay, this process will reverse. Advantages and disadvantages of lead acid battery. So advantages first, lead acid battery is simple and inexpensive to manufacture. It is reliable. They are globally manufactured, therefore widely understood. So the technology is quite widely adapted. Self discharge rate is lowest among the available rechargeable batteries. So rate of discharge is less. Lead acid battery is capable of providing a burst of energy to start the engine. So engine starts needs boost of energy, and that is quite achievable by lead acid battery. What are the disadvantages? First, the life cycle of the battery is low, generally 3 to 4 years. When you discharge them too much, it damages them and you will have a lower life cycle. So if you drain out the battery or discharge the battery too much, it will impact the life of the battery. Charging efficiencies of this battery is in the range of 85 to 95%. As you lower the capacity, it drops the voltage. So the capacity drops, the voltage also will drop. These are much heavier compared to other batteries. So weight is also a drawback of this battery. So these are generally heavy batteries. So these are the references. These are the references. Thank you friends. Thank you very much.